Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay.
Airport, right?
Yeah. Which terminal are you going? It's
Qantas.
Oh, Qantas. Okay, yeah.
Please,
Yeah. No worries. Yeah.
Do you mind if I take this call?
Of course.
Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. No worries. Yeah.
Hi. I can't hear you. Why can't I? Hello? Oh gosh, where are you? Huh? Oh, you're in the office. Oh, it sounds like super duper loud. No, that's okay. Yeah, I just got into the Uber to the flight. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you. Hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah, that's better. Hold on. Let me put my earphone. Can you hear me? Where's your site visit? I still can't hear you, my friend. It's very noisy. A lot of background noise and squeaky. Call me back. Yeah, much better. What did you do? Right, fair enough. How was your site visit? Is he based in Brisbane now? Because he was based in Melbourne, wasn't he? No, I swear he was based in Melbourne at one stage. Because I remember speaking to him in Melbourne.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what did you say? Did you pay dumb? What do you mean? He said that openly internally, or to the client? Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, no shit, Sherlock, obviously. Oh, right, you mean with respect to states? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the issue though is that this wasn't. There wasn't any. This wasn't out of the blue. Like they dropped hints along probably for the last, I'd say confidently 10 months that they were not happy with us. So I think the issue is that Ralph is kind of like, I brought Josh Hale over to just do something for the purposes of winning and securing work in the right space, and he's let me down on one of the most biggest projects, which is Hobart Airport. And also you've got to remember that there was no transition when Chong left. When Chong left, the business should have understood, okay, what are the projects that we're most concerned about, aka what should I be paying attention to? There was no sort of transition at all. I doubt it. Why would Ralph have to be across it? I Ashok and Brett. You know what I mean? That's not his baby. If anything, it would probably Brett. Right. Yeah. I think it was a bit of both too. I mean, I think he kind of came to the table. I think what happened is Brett flew down right and kind of sat him down and said, well, things are not working out. And kind of indicated that you may get a get out of jail free card if you entertain it, kind of thing. Because the business did take a lot of accountability on the fact that they didn't give him the right or equip him with the right skill set to tackle this on from day one. They really owed up to the fact that they had dropped the ball for the purposes of allowing him to succeed in his role. So they did take him out quite well and did it for the purposes of tax purposes and, really gave him a good exit. Because I think they were more impressed about the fact that he wasn't putting a fight up. And I don't think that's a good thing. I think it's a reflection that he was just kind of like, oh my God, I'm this opportunity, I'm probably going to get a decent lump sum payout, I'm going to get the hell out of here. But, I mean, maybe they think otherwise, but I've worked with them before. I reached out to Alan's, this morning. I literally did any mini line on all those photos that were there, and then I landed on this guy, and I just called him up in the morning, and I said, after I spoke to you, and I said, look, I'm going to be fully transparent. Yeah, I just found you online. I'm seeking some immediate advice ahead of an internal negotiation tomorrow, and I need to prep as best I can. I need a secondary opinion on a particular clause. And I said, because I don't want to make us look like idiots too, and I'm happy to look like an idiot because I'm not GC. I said, look, my GC is unavailable for the purposes of finalising her standpoint. She's given me the A-OK to reach out elsewhere. And he was like, yeah, cool, too easy. Sounds good. Lend-Lease, I haven't worked with Lend-Lease that much. Even if the firm has, I don't think there's been anything of substantial value of recent, so we should be fine. But the thing is, when you engage a law firm, you need to do, I remember it when I was working, you need to do this thing called COI, which is a conflict of interest. So they need to first go through their database to see whether or not they're going to be a conflict of interest with any of their existing clients or any of the existing projects. So he can't give me any advice until he comes back and gets it clear from his internal department. Yeah, go for it. And usually, like when you engage someone, you've got months and months before. And I'm trying to get this done in less than 4 hours. I think I'd have to be a bit smarter in that I'll have to spin it and be like, this is our interpretation of the clause. Can you clarify whether or not you're on the same page? Is there anything that for the avoidance of doubt, is there anything that you believe we've interpreted correctly? Because I also need to appreciate that they only sent it to me at 5:30 on Friday night. So I can easily turn around and spin it and say, the biggest issue about what I'm nervous about Wednesday is I've never done a negotiation where I've got the client and I've got the end client. Like usually the way that I negotiate, like I get quite aggressive sometimes when they push back, and not aggressive, but I get quite protective or defensive when they push back and say, oh no, that's what we agreed to with Stave, that's what we agreed to with our head client. And then I, 9 out of 10 times in a polite way, turn around and say, well, what you were able to negotiate with your client and the limitations on that, you should have passed that through down to me. I should have the opportunity to be able to negotiate appropriately and reasonable for my engagement. I was like, I'm not privy to why you conceded on this or why you allowed for certain amendments. So if you got a shitty contract, with your client, that's not me problem. I can't do that tomorrow. They're there, right? And I also need to think about the purposes of future engagements. No, I don't want to be burned and be like, oh, Stantec seems like so-and-so, we don't want to engage them further because their legal counsel just threw me under the bus being, there's egos there as well. So I've got to figure out a way to do that quite carefully. I spoke to Josie this morning. She was totally fine with my strategy. She totally appreciated my comments back. And then I was like, yeah, okay, all is good. And then Irina calls me back and says, oh, FYI, I'm going to do a flip. And I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, I'm not going to do it in a JV anymore. I'm going to do a subprime situation. And And I just turned around and I said, Irina, it's the day before a presentation. Like, you've already submitted this for the purposes of the EOI. Fair enough if you want to change things up. You should have changed it up since when did we submit the EOI? On the 7th of March, on my first round of lunches. You're coming now at the 11th, literally the 11th hour. And she was like, no, I've looked into the commercials a little bit more, Johnny, and for me to manage this JV with the other two directors, which I completely agree with their comments, she's like, they're not well equipped and they're probably not as established and experienced as we thought they were, but they played the game and they interviewed for you to think that they're appropriate. You took on that risk. You can't get shitty at them, right? It's someone going for a job interview, and basically what I did, I sold myself better than what I was. Like, that's your due diligence. And then she's like, oh, if I look at the commercials, I've got to pay that 26% out of 33 million. And I was like, that's a lot of 26%. How did you not know this earlier? She's... I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm literally quoting that. I would have no idea how she came up with that number. I'm just quoting that. The thing is, though, is, and I told her, I said, yeah, that's a valid point, is that when we did the EOI, we didn't have a particular accreditation in Adelaide. That was the issue, right? We didn't have this certain accreditation that we needed. So hence why we JV with these two other mobs, right? But since then, we have got it. So... yeah, well, when Evelyn called me this morning, and she called me about something completely separate. She wanted to know about Perth because they've got that walk on Thursday, and then she was like, "Oh, really good luck for tomorrow, blah blah blah." And then she said, "I was like, yeah, she's like, have you heard Ashok's a bit upset?" I was like, "I have heard through grapevine, but it's not too impressed with what's being put forward." And she goes, "Yeah, I've made it very clear from day one that I think a JV is a stupid idea. Why would we JV when we're going to have to spend so much money managing all of this when we can just have a subprime game?" And then I said to her, "Well, I'm sorry, I thought that the whole reason was, when I did the walk in the LRC, the whole fight was because we didn't have this accreditation." And she's like, "We've got the accreditation, they follow with the EOI, so we can easily go back and tell them, we no longer need you for the purposes of a parallel partner. We're going to engage you through a sub." And to be honest, if I was the smaller mubs in Adelaide, that's much better because you get the same fee for less risk. So the issue here... well, that's the thing, right? They're obviously going to turn around and then I've lost all my leverage for the purposes of negotiating downstream with it. They bloody sat on my chair next to me trying to negotiate upstream. Like, it's such an incredibly difficult position that the business has put me in now. And then the other thing that I told her is that, you're going to have this conversation with the JV partners. And she was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, Janie, because they'll be fine with it. It's less risk." I said, "Yeah, but you're going to have to work with marketing. You're going to have to work with board and governance. You're going to have to work with your GC. I'm not signing up for this. You're going to have to contact Josie. You need to get all of this done before 9:30 in the morning tomorrow and update your presentation to deliver." Like, what are you talking about? How have you been sitting on this? This is not new information. I was just so upset. Anyway, I messaged Josie because I was like, I'm not going into a negotiation tomorrow looking like an idiot. I was like, I'm happy with the legalities. I was like, I'll kick that 10 out of 10. I'll smash it. But I'm not going to take any accountability for what they're doing for the purposes of the commercial section of it, which is 50-50. I was like, that goes down the drain. I'm telling you now, I wasn't privy to it. And she was like... That's the thing. Because there's no difference to them for the purposes of a liability standpoint, right? There's no benefit from Lendlease having a JV or Lendlease having a subprime. Stantec's the only one that's giving a parent company guarantee, right? No one else is. The issue, though, is that we're going to look like we're a complete set of muppets that are unorganised, and we're coming... And you know what? Maybe maybe there'd be no difference if we did this last week and we had a considerable amount of time to really draft something up and get some correspondence out there in our proposal and whatnot, just explaining, because it is a valid reason, it's true. The whole reason that we did want them is for the purposes of the accreditation. We are really interested to win this project, and we decided on a separate note to invest in Adelaide for the purposes of future developments of the like. So we got the accreditation, therefore we don't think it's appropriate to necessarily do a JV. We don't consider there'll be any detriment to you in any event. This is what we're doing. You're going to tell me Irene's going to be able to speak to that by herself in a room full of people tomorrow? 100%. I told Josie that. I said that to her. I said, look, I don't understand why no one else is coming. Like, Jack Curlin's great. He's got the experience. But he's got the experience, like, in the back-end situation to manage something like this. I don't think he's a good presenter. I don't think he's someone that's going to come with a loud voice. And I said, I don't have the confidence to speak from a commercial standpoint, aside from what I'm just pretty much telling you. You know, and I'm not going to fucking hold the fort for a $33 million job. Like, piss off. Yeah, so it's Oricon. Oricon's the only other one. Oricon and yes, I believe so. Yeah. It's just. I was like, yep, I've done all my diligence. I've done what I need to do. I'm coming to the table ready. And then this morning, you guys turn around and tell me this. Like, yeah. Because he's not involved in, like, even in all my emails. I thought about CCing him yesterday, right? But then I didn't want, because in the email I said, because it was internal, that we're seeking external advice. So I didn't want it to reflect badly like Josie didn't understand what I'm trying to get advice on. So I was like, look, I don't need to make you privy to that now. But later on, if need be, I can include him in, conversations following tomorrow. But I was just like, he's not a conversation. He hasn't been in any of these bid progress meetings. He hasn't been in any of the due diligence forums that we've had. He hasn't been in any conversations with the two JV partners, directors. And I mean, like, it's great that they think I'm, walk on the moon and they think I'm great and stuff. But again, it's only because they've never had a lawyer. Do you know what I mean? They don't have in-house counsel. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just a bit disheartened. I'm kind of like, oh, for fuck's sake, I worked so hard to get a good position across, and we're just going to look like idiots tomorrow. Like, the four of them are just going to look like idiots. Yeah. But there's no one else in the room that's what I'm like, again, I was talking to Christian, like, maybe I made the wrong decision by telling Josie not to come. Because I didn't think of situations like this to the like, Who knows if the commercial guys turn around and say, what's fucking me? Do you know what I mean though? Like, I've got full Muppets and me, and there's no one else privy to that. No one else is privy to this major negotiation tomorrow. So what happens if they turn around and say, yeah, 100%. I'm not playing. Well, I will turn around and talk to it. You saw my prep. You saw, my dry run to an extent, in real time. So I was like, that fucking sits with you. If they're not happy with me, that sits with you. You should have betted on me. different. The other thing is that when I spoke this morning during the dry run, the JV partners were just still under the understanding that the commercial structure and everything set otherwise.
Speech is you're a very good speaker. What's your job?
I'm a lawyer.
Oh, that's wow.
So going over, I'm flying to Adelaide for a big negotiation.
Wow, so you study law.
I did. 10 years ago I finished.
Oh, 10 years ago. Wow.
Now I'm working.
Very good speaker. So you're working as a lawyer for a company, or you're okay.
So I'm an in-house lawyer. I'm a construction
in-house
lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a construction lawyer.
Yeah.
And I work for an engineering consultancy firm.
Okay.
And I'm their private lawyer. Not private, but their personal lawyer.
Personal lawyer.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we're currently there's a big hospital that's being built in Adelaide.
Oh, okay, yeah.
New women's and children's hospital. So we're trying to win that work to design it.
Wow, it's very good. That's some Adelaide is like, there is nothing happening there. It's like,
I was telling my husband, he's like, where are you going? Isn't it exciting?
Yeah.
Adelaide, man.
It's boring city. I used to live in Adelaide. It's very boring.
Right.
So everything finished at 5, nothing. The news is become a dead city. Yeah.
I know. Same thing. So oh well, we'll see. I'm back on the partners there were like, do you want to stay over for a couple of days? And I was like, no, I'll fly back after the meeting.
Hopefully you win someday. You will.
It'll be a long it'll take quite a while, but it's a good one. It's a $50 million fee. So.
Wow, and the lawyers will do the pre-sales or something?
Yeah, so in this situation they've given you an opportunity to come to the table and negotiate the contract, and then they'll see what person A, B and C says, and then whoever has the best position they'll pick. So I'm fighting with, I think there was 5 of us originally, and now we're down to the last 2.
Wow.
So
it's not an easy job. It's so difficult. It's like, okay.
Telling my co-worker, I'm the only lawyer representing my side.
Yeah.
But they've got 4 lawyers.
4 lawyers.
So I said to
I think you're done more than enough for.
Yeah, I said, well, and they're so much older than me. They're like
you're very
50s, and they're all men, and I was like, what is going on? But anyway, it's what it is.
No. I work with lawyers because I work for a company in Adelaide that has.
okay, yeah.
We try to automate some of this part because we did some that's the lawyers, they do kind of all the paperwork that they do with for the case.
Yeah.
So you need to do many things, and there are many of the stuff that you can actually pre-fill and then generate all the field. Even you can do kind of generating letters to the court and all the proceeding. And so we try to automate that part for the Australian to South Australia, and we did it actually. Yeah. So it's. But I'm not sure if there is a market for these kind of things. I think I'm a software engineer, and and I was thinking to maybe we can, if there is a opportunity for the law, in terms of. It's because from state to state, there are many different rules, many different way of working, many things that that probably lawyers do manually. So if there is a software that can automate most of it.
There is. There's a lot of AI stuff out there.
Okay.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, so you'll always you can use a lot of that software and technology for the purposes of say reviewing a contract.
Yeah.
The one thing that AI can't do, or this technology can't do, is advocate, which means go to court and speak on behalf of
Yeah. You're right.
Whilst you can maybe get some help in terms of being more efficient.
Just make it more efficient. That's it. It's not Of course, it will not be
It's still because I remember when it came and I was really nervous, and then I thought, no, this is, you can't replace us, but you can definitely make it a lot. You can make it a lot cheaper, right? Why would you get someone to review a contract for $5,000 when you can pay software that can do it for endless amount?
I'm pretty sure that nobody can replace you.
I think so.
Where did you study?
Deakin University.
Oh, Deakin University.
I was born and raised here.
Oh, good, nice. So, originally from where, your parent?
My father is from Sri Lanka, My mother is from Malaysia.
Malaysia, okay, Sri Lanka, Malaysia. Nice.
Yeah, quite multicultural. And then my husband is from Fiji.
Fiji, wow.
All different here.
That's why, always the mix become intelligent, super intelligent.
Different viewpoints.
Different people mixture, it's always like that. It was nice meeting you, and I hope you win the.
Thank you. Yes.
And you get $1 million out of it for yourself.
That would be good to get some commission, but. Have you got long to go, or have you just started?
No, this is probably the last one. I'll go home. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and normal I use the reservation, and which is good,
Yeah.
And you know what
easier.
you're doing exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a camera.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Take care.
Sorry.
See you. No worries. Yeah.
All right, drive safe now. Lovely
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.